Hello everyone, I'm Renowned Zero. We are back again talking about Vito going on a huge unhinged rant ever since Riley got put away in jail. And it's absolutely hilarious to watch him cope and seethe over his quote-unquote friend harassing and stalking Eric July just because you don't like him. It's honestly pathetic that a person like this would be so mad at Eric July that he would actually be for someone being harassed and stalked in real life over what again? Comic books. Let's get into this unhinged rant that this man went on. So Eric puts up this tweet that says, "To those that consider me their enemy, please understand that you are not my enemy. I will continue to pray for you all. May the Lord rid your heart of any animosity or hatred. Life is far too short for it to be without peace and love." And Vito says, "You lied about me, threatened to sue me, threw my friend in jail. Your God will not save you." What are you honestly going to do, Vito? It's actually funny that you think you're going to actually do anything to anyone. No one on the internet's afraid of you at all. I don't know why you keep having this weird thing that people are afraid of you, that they're debate me, bro. Like, no one cares, bro. I already told you my audience does not want to look at you on my channel. I'm going to listen to my audience over you any day of the week. 10 times out of 10, 1,000 times out of 10, 1,000 times out of 1,000, 100 times out of 100, I will listen to my audience before I ever let you on my channel for this BS crap about debate me, bro. He says, sounds like harm you want to put on, Eric July, piece of crap. What I will deliver unto Eric July is much worse than harm. Worse than getting arrested? The perfect summary of the Ripperverse. Comics no one reads. Well, clearly people read it if they're able to tell you, I don't know, their favorite part, as people were doing before and got sick of doing because all the things that would happen, trolls would say, oh, that part sucks, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and of course it's Mr. Frog Tony himself talking about left my A off. More proof that Eric July's Ripperverse was never about making comic books. It was about fighting back against the woke. Joker here admits to buying ice someone and never opening the cardboard. Ooh, let's listen.
They're adapting. Eric July, another YouTuber here on YouTube. He came out, the Ripperverse, he started making his own comic books. He's selling millions of dollars worth of comic books. I have one of the first ones that he printed. I bought one to support him because I'm all for independent content creators. So I wanted to support him. I don't read comic books. As a matter of fact, it's literally still in the cardboard box that he shipped it out in. I haven't even opened it yet. So it hasn't even seen the light of day. It wasn't about me getting the comic book. It was about me donating to his cause because he's fighting back against the machine.
Oh no, somebody supporting an indie creator because they want to support an indie creator. Wow, this concept of adults spending their money on things, and he happens to find the one person that maybe hasn't opened the book yet, or maybe he doesn't have time to read it, or he literally said comic books are not his thing. He just wants to support Eric because he wants to support the indie scene. People do that all the time. That's not a new thing, Tony. You freaking moron. Which, this is coming from the same individual who literally came on and said he joined CG because he hates Eric July. Or that he made an Eric July video and EVS contacted him to join CG. Let's take a listen to the narcissist and the grifter himself.
Question. Why did you... I don't think I ever really even asked this. Why did you actually get into Comicsgate? Like, what was the motive there? Were you really trying to make a comic, or you just got into it for the drama? Like, let's be honest.
Well, why did I get into Comicsgate? Well, I made a video criticizing Eric July's ice on
Honestly, Tony, it's too...
Hold on, let him answer. TJ, let him answer.
So I made a video criticizing Eric July's ISOM campaign, and I got a huge amount of pushback. So many comments, like hundreds and hundreds of comments flooded in about how I was a fucking idiot. I just hated a black man. I'm racist. All this stuff. The same kind of things I used to get when I was pointing out the flaws in the Amico. And I said, wow, this community is ripe for someone like me to come in and shake things up. And then
for someone like you to cause drama, which is what you really mean by shake things up. You really mean to just cause drama because that's all you really did. And you always try to quote tweet me all the time, even though your Twitter channel's dead because no one cares what you have to say. Ever since you got BTFO'd about the ISOM lawsuit, when you thought it was going to be a huge thing and Air July was going to have to lose the name of ISOM, which I called months ago about it was going to be a nothing burger. And that was pretty much the biggest own for you because you were so sure that that lawsuit was going to go through for that garbage ISOM thing, as in the ministry getting the rights to something that they don't own. It's hilarious.
Then I just started talking about Eric July. Eventually EBS came around because he knew I was a very smart man. He goes, Tony, you're a very smart.
You're not a very smart man. You contradict yourself way too many times. It's been proven, and I've seen the clips, and I've seen recently you've contradicted yourself. So,
Smart man, I enjoy hanging out with very smart people, and he would come around and we would discuss.
You don't hang around very smart people. You hang around literally a group of grifters. Those aren't smart people.
Things, and little by little, someone said, "Well, Tony, if you're so smart, why don't you make a if
you're a useful idiot, Sam. You're a useful idiot.
Probably
He ain't lying.
someone like a TJ was like, if you're so smart at comic books, why don't you make your own comic book, you stupid fraud?"
You're a useful idiot to him.
Like, you know what? I
You
probably
hate July. You hate July. Katie did. Y'all are useful idiots to him. Y'all know this, but you don't care because you want to get the clout.
You know, I've always had this childhood dream of making a comic book. I can't.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You said comic books are for kids. You never once talked about my childhood dream of making a comic book. You didn't even read comics.
And draw, so that's why I never pursued it. I've been a writer for a long time, so I was like, man, you know, I could make a comic book. And so we threw around some ideas, and bingo bango, we got one that's on the way. I got
And it looks like trash. It looks like a coloring book. But moving on to back to Vito's unhinged rant. The only lesson I've learned is when to take the gloves off. Where Andy Worsey says, Eric July becomes a successful comic book creator. Dick Masterson's people show up at his family's grave, place of business, vandalize his property, and now Vito is throwing out threats. Retweet these guys need to learn a lesson. Kino Casino tonight. You really think you're living in one of those gay comics, don't you? If you don't have the courage to be the hero of your own story, I pity you. He really does think he's living in a fantasy world here. I really don't know how you can't be watching the biggest problem in the universe. Every show is an absolute banger. I responded with something like, yeah, because I want to watch a show of a beta male who likes to get pegged in a cow suit and a P to the E to the D to the O. That's definitely what I want to watch. But he says, pull up B, so of course the quartering, saying, I'm not sure this dude should be trying to act tough, bring up the fact that he was supposedly beat up by a transgender woman, which he was attacked from behind. That's not an own. You getting attacked from behind is not an own. That makes the other person a huge coward by attacking someone when they're not looking. Notice how he criticized the people for things they've actually done while the other side just makes up weird fantasies. Did Juju the guy really give a man a BJ at a hippie festival? Kino Casino says yes. Which, if they say he said it on live, these guys, he says, let's hang out and talk about Rippaverse drama, talk while showing off cards on whatnot. Yeah, that's definitely what you should be doing. To where Jacob Rotten Parody says, F Comicsgate, Vito. The fact that they pretend this is actual harm tells you how desperate they are. They've completely lost control of the narrative, and people are starting to see them for the liars they are. Yeah, coming from the same side that went around, I don't know, doxing an individual when all the dirty laundry from you weirdos came out about the story of, you know, Dick Masterson and Vito and Riley and, well, not Vito, Mint Salad, all that dirty laundry was put out in the open. You guys try to dox the individual. Not you. Dick Masterson and Ethan Roth put out threats about doxing somebody. I love when they post Riley with the Time Crisis arcade pew-pew. Really goes to show how desperate these lies have become. It doesn't matter. It escalated further than this. Even with all this nonsense, it escalated further. So stop trying to downplay and coping and seething. The cops showed up at Mint and Riley's house to do a quote-unquote wellness check because of all the lies Eric July's been spreading about them. Yeah, again, your dirty laundry's out there, dude. Can't stop it. Libertarians weaponizing the state to harass and intimidate people. Who could have imagined these people are complete hypocrites? Libertarians, yeah. First of all, you're just making assumptions about it being libertarians. Like, are you really that stupid? Again, you have no proof. Like as always, you clowns have no proof of nothing, and then you sit up here and make up crap all the time. New narrative. Mint can't fend for herself because she has mild autism. So dumb. From Black Sage, shout out. The absolute irony of you calling me that when you literally took advantage of an autistic woman who can't even fend for herself, all for your sick pleasure. Go after yourself, you sociopath. I agree. Likes to say that Eric is all about the money, even though he's talked about his passion for comics, which you clowns like to claim that he never cared about comics. He's never read comics, that he doesn't know anything about comics. Yet somehow, some way, you still get to the conclusion of it's all about the money. Because making money bad because you're not making all the money. You jealous prick. Eric never talks about wanting to get the art out into the world. Tell great stories. It's always the money. I want the money. Because you don't watch those things. You get clips from shows to fit your narrative. You idiot.
We're just publishing it. So the goal is to make him as much money as I realistically can, definitely, because I know there's a...
Oh no, how horrible. He wants to make Jay Drunk 3PL the most money possible. How horrible.
A lot of friends in this space that have aspirations like that. So like Jay, it was a no-brainer with Jay, and I love that man to death. And I want to make him a lot of money. I want to make him a lot of money, and again, it's just he's gone through that. He knows.
Also, it's not Eric's book. So why would he be talking about the art? It's not his book. That's not his job. Besides that, I'm sure there'll be an entire marketing page talking about the art and all of that stuff when it goes live. Eric July claims he cares about people's safety despite helping promote a show which has directly called for my passing, but this is how their game works. They can do and say the most vile things possible, like you clowns don't do that all the time, and any minor critic or ridicule you direct at them is somehow forbidden. Now, I can't play this video because there's a lot of words flying around that YouTube does not approve of, but I get what he's saying, but at the same time, you literally are hoping for the worst to happen to Eric too. So, but I thought you liked edgy jokes because these are the quote-unquote jokes you like to make. Every time you corner these people, they resort to lie. But I thought you liked those edgy jokes that Kino Casino put out. But yeah, these are jokes you've made. These are jokes that you've made. I'm not going to repeat these. If anybody wants to read them, they can go right ahead and pause the video and read them if they'd like to. Go ahead and read those quote-unquote jokes that Vito put out when people put out edgy jokes. I thought you liked those edgy jokes. They're just jokes, bro. Remember? You play by your games. Play by your rules. At the end of the day, Vito, you ain't doing nothing but crying about everyone else while your book is still late. Your book is still not out. Hashtag when is Superkiller? Hashtag where is Superkiller? Nobody knows. And you're gonna give the book away for free digitally, so who cares who backed it? You're slapping them in the face anyway. While Eric is going to launch a fifth book, Gooding, probably in the next couple of weeks, you still don't have Superkiller. You still don't have one book out. You're still here crying about a fat piece of garbage who's harassing and stalking an individual just because you don't like that person. You agree with it because you don't like that person. Because they're more successful than you. Because they're ignoring your nonsense. And have always ignored you. So, who cares what you think? Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit that like button. Comment below how you feel about all of this. Subscribe for more content. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or live stream. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.